The internet can totally see you now. Well, hi there, everybody. Hey there. Welcome to Fun Times. This is going to be fun times, I think. Welcome to the next big C. Jacobs stream game. The next full game stream from your pal C. Jacobs. It's NIER Automata. Or AUTOMATA. I don't know. I'm gonna say automata. Let's see how Google says automata. Tell me, Google. Tell me, Google. How do you say it? No. Okay. Google doesn't want to tell me, so let's go to dictionary.com. All right, dictionary.com. Hit me.
Automata.
Yeah, baby. I knew it. Trivial Realities says, I've been looking for someone good to tackle this game so I can see it in action. Good. Well, you're in for a good time then, because I know I'm actually not going to be candid with how much of this game I know about. So, usually when I stream a game that I personally have played before, right off the bat, the first thing I tell you is how far I have played and how much I have seen, how much I know about it. But, if you type exclamation point spoilers in the title here, you can see that I have added Nightbot to my chat. And if anybody starts to get a little bit close to spoiler territory, and that means anything we haven't seen or discussed yet, you can go ahead and hit them with the spoiler stick. And, well, if they keep going, you can get them out of here. But anyway, usually the first thing I say is, here's how far I've played in the game, here's how much I've seen, and here's when we're entering uncharted territory. But for NIER Automata, that's a little bit of a gray area for me. I mean, I put out a music video on my YouTube channel that I made. I've actually made 2 music videos that use cutscenes from all over the game, so clearly I'm not going into this completely blind. However, I'm not going to let that ruin the experience for you. So, we're going to be doing this spoiler-free all the way through, and I feel like that's going to make this a stronger experience for all of us. For those of you that have never seen NIER Automata, for those of you that have never played it, or perhaps your only experience with it is seeing the voice actors for the game play it on their stream. Kyle McCarley, the voice of one Yorha Unit 9S, on his Twitch channel about a year ago now, he and several other voice actors from the game, good old Rena Chan, Kira Buckland, the voice of 2B, I think Jeremy Lee was on one stream, I think. Erica Lindbeck was on several of them. They did a full stream of NIER Automata, and it was very entertaining. But Kyle fumbled a little bit because he was actually playing through the game blind, other than, the whole voice acting thing. But I've never seen someone do a blind stream of NIER Automata-ish, right? Like, I've only ever seen people do streams where they do open spoilers or completely blind. So I hope I bring something new to the table by being mostly blind, So for those of you that know absolutely nothing about this game, first of all, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but I want to live under there too. It's probably got like so much lead covering and protection that it could be protected from the nuclear apocalypse should it happen. I don't know. 2019 is going to be a very strange year for the world. But if you've been living under a rock and you don't know about the works of one Yoko Taro, way back in the day, the PlayStation 2 era, I believe, Yoko Taro, director of several games in the Drakengard series, took the helm of his own studio and started making video games that are in the sort of action RPG category. I guess that's what you would call them. They're narrative-focused action RPGs with a deep, intrinsic focus on weaving a narrative with multiple angles and different ways to approach it, and you'll see what I mean when we finish this game, but basically, we may be seeing certain things twice. Yoko Taro has... Thank you for that Twitch Prime subscription, Goma. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Yoko Taro has been responsible for some very impressive, I would say, advancements in storytelling in video games. I feel like until NIER Automata, he and his team have gone kind of unappreciated in their contributions. But thankfully, thanks to NIER Automata, the rest of the games, especially the original NIER, have just completely exploded in popularity, which I'm happy about. He deserves it. NIER Automata is the latest installment in this long-running, loosely connected series of games that Yoko Taro and his staff have made. It doesn't have so this is something that I think I will explain as we go a little bit more. Most, if not all, of these games are connected, right? In some small ways, but some others much, much larger ways. But the good news is, I have watched, read, whatever you want to call it. I have not actually played any of the Drakengard games, but the Dark Id, Something Awful alumni, has done Let's Plays of all of them at this point, and he's currently doing NIER Automata right now, I think, actually. So, if you so desire, you can go and read deeply into the backstory of Yoko Taro's back catalog and really, really get into the headspace of NIER Automata, but we're not going to be doing that. I'll just explain what stuff is and where it's from. And some of it might take me by surprise. There's going to be a lot of surprises on this stream, and I'm very excited for it. So yes, I know plenty about NIER and plenty about NIER Automata, but I'm not going to tell you what I do and don't know because I feel like my genuine reactions will be more fun that way. So, before we get started here, I just want to give a very heartfelt thank you to everybody who watched my video yesterday-ish and donated to, signed up to donate to the Patreon in the long term, and the one-time donations I've gotten, the comments and suggestions that I've gotten on the video. It's mind-blowing. It's fucking nuts. It's absolutely crazy the amount of support you folks have given me, especially for how generally small my YouTube channel and Twitch channel are right now. I'm hoping that in the near future they start to expand and grow at least a little bit more popular without losing that familial atmosphere that I try to have, right? You know everyone's name, the chat doesn't move too fast for me to read people's chatting and all that stuff. The Discord and all that. All of the community that I have built for myself and my videos and everything that I've worked so hard on. It's nice to know that people care that much. I really, 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 really appreciate it. I can't describe in words how much I appreciate it. So thank you. Alright, everybody. Let's play NIER Automata. NIER Automata runs like absolute shit. It is a very bad PC port. But I have installed several mods that should increase my performance without hampering the graphical quality all that much. But that said, if the game happens to shit the bed and crash and all that stuff, honestly, that's par for the course. NIER Automata has a habit of crashing at the least opportune times. And there it is. Yeah, the story of the original NIER is kind of important to this game. But the story of the Drakengard games, you could take it or leave it. But I'll explain stuff that comes up when it does. Alright, so we've already got a problem. NIER Automata does not want to be game captured, so I think I'm going to have to window capture it. Oh, stop that. Yeah, so alright, let me do a desktop capture here, actually. I'm going to show you what I'm working with here, actually, before we get started. with a display capture. No, fit to screen. There we go. So this is NIER Automata. You might notice that this is running at a really, really weird resolution. It's because Automata tries to scale. There it goes. It tries to weirdly scale to this weird like 16 by fucking 14 resolution that doesn't look good. It's not 16 by 9, it's not 16 by 10, it's just this strange like linear scale that looks like absolute trash. So I have installed a very popular overhaul mod that has a bunch of capability, but most importantly lets you correct the screen's aspect ratio to not look terrible. And by the way, thank you, Warcatson, for continuing that gift sub that you got from Cloudyak. I very much appreciate the continued support, and I'm glad that everybody is hitting that dad dab. But yeah, NIER Automata is a fucking mess from a technical perspective, and I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't give me any more problems along the way, but I already know that it's going to. So I'm just going to try to mitigate those when we come across them. So I can remove the display capture, go back to the full screen window. Nope. No, it doesn't want to. Okay, I'm going to have to do window capture for this game. So, you know what's kind of annoying is that I tested this out and it worked perfectly fine. But like I said, NIER Automata is a fucking shit show when it comes to full screen and windowed and all kinds of different technological hitches and highlights. Hitches and highlights is what I'd call them, although mostly hitches. But it wouldn't be a C. Jacob stream if I didn't spend like 75% of it troubleshooting. Yeah, that's also not correct. I might have to play this in windowed mode. Okay. So when I alt-tab, the window shows, but when I don't alt-tab, I don't understand. This is the true existential musing, is the musing on the nature of PC ports. Okay, I'm going to try putting the game in windowed mode, and we'll see what happens. It might run like absolute garbage, but that's all I can really think of to do right now. I don't think it's going to run like garbage, though, because I've gone to very great lengths to make sure that this video game runs well. Or at least not like total garbage shit. At least the background music on the main menu is relaxing. It's relaxing and it lures you into a false sense of security about what you're about to see. Hey! Cloudyak again! Cloudyak gifts a sub to B-Man. Thanks, Cloudyak. Thank you very much for your continued support. I'm sure this is riveting content. Oh, okay. Now we should be good. Fucking there it is. There's NIER Automata. Oh man, I really ought to test these things more in depth before I get into it. The troubles getting this to run reminds me of PlayStation emulators in the 90s. Yeah, so, those of you that are... Does anybody here remember Bleem? Bleem, the PlayStation and Dreamcast emulator? Or the software that let you run pirated games on your Dreamcast? That was my very first experience with not only pirating, but also with emulators. Oh, I said that's so weird. But with emulators, and I had a lot of fun trying to get Crash Bandicoot to run on my computer on Bleem. And it worked, too. It worked. And I used, like, a really old Mad Catz, like, proprietary controller to control it. And I felt so smart. Because, like, this was back in the day when you could stick a fucking PS1 disc in your disk drive and you could play it on an emulator. And that blew my mind as a child. And now you got PS3 emulation coming along pretty well, too. It's nuts. Pretty soon, you'll be able to play NIER AUTOMATA on an emulated PS4. Wait, what the hell? What happened to Nightbot? Nightbot? Oh, god damn it. Oh, hold on. Fuck off, Nightbot. Hold on. I'm turning off Nightbot's excess emote protection. Sorry about that. For those of you that don't know what Nightbot is a Twitch integrated bot that is cloud-based basically. You can add it to your chat without downloading anything, and it'll allow you to make custom commands and blacklist phrases, and it gets a little trigger happy with the timing out. So now that's off. So now you can spam the dab as much as you want. So fuck off, Nightbot. I'm only using you for the spoiler command. Let's do this. It's NIER AUTOMATA, everybody. Remember, before we get into this, 1, no spoilers, and 2, no crying until the end. I have done a stream of NIER AUTOMATA before. I did a stream with my girlfriend about a year ago, but we didn't ever continue it because it was kind of, it just wasn't a good time for me to get into an entire new stream game, but now it is, and we are going to play a game that is very near and dear to my heart. Let's do this. I mean, of course I gotta... Come on now. We're going to be playing on normal difficulty because it's the only difficulty that's really fun. Hard difficulty is a little bit too punishing, and easy difficulty is interesting. Easy difficulty has a lot of accessibility options, including but not limited to letting the game basically play the game in the combat for you. It's pretty cool, actually. Yoko Taro has gone on record saying that he wanted this to be a game that anyone could beat regardless of skill level, and it definitely shows in the amount of accessibility options. You remember when we streamed Celeste? And Celeste was basically like, you can be invincible, you can basically play the game for you. Well, NIER AUTOMATA had that first. Let me know if the game's too quiet. I'll turn it up. This game is kind of quiet, so I might have to do that. Here goes.
Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the God who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
It's a little bit harsh, but understandable, I suppose.
This is Command. Yorha Squadron, come in.
2B here. All units have penetrated the stratosphere. Autopilot systems green across the board.
This is Operator 6-0. All units confirmed.
We've passed the 50-kilometer threshold and are proceeding toward the target.
Understood. Once you reach their anti-air defenses, proceed to manual attack formation. Then destroy the Goliath-class unit by any means necessary, and gather what data you can.
Understood. 12H down. All units activate manual mode and rely on visuals to evade.
Already engaged. Free movement unlocked.
It sure is.
Point of long-range lasers confirmed.
Oh!
11B, down. Our HO229 cancelers are ineffective.
Alert. Enemy unit sighted ahead.
Requesting permission to engage.
Permission granted.
Oh, thanks. How kind of you. Welcome to Metroid Other M, everybody. Everybody's favorite narrative-driven video game.
Down.
These people really need to learn how to use their evade button. Definitely help them out on the field of combat. Or, you know, their eyeballs.
1D down. Assuming captain's duties.
New skin unlocked. And I wish getting a paint job was that easy. It's like we're playing Burnout all over again.
Multiple surrounding enemy air units confirmed. Requesting permission to assume mobile configuration.
Permission granted.
You know, you really could just skip the rigmarole and just say, permission granted to use everything at your discretion. It's kind of a life or death situation here, you know? Kind of, you know, time is kind of the essence here. The longer you take asking for permission to use your mobile configuration, you know, the more of these flying radius gentlemen surround you, so... You know, like, maybe work on, like, non-verbal commands, like throwing up the bird, you know? Thumbs
Captain,
up.
I think...
Yeah, otherwise that happens.
4B down.
Well, I think we're alone
To
now.
Operator 6-0. All allied units down. The operation is compromised. Awaiting further orders.
Operator to 2B. We need you to rendezvous with Unit 9S and begin gathering data on the local terrain.
Understood.
Gladly. I like the way this game plays with camera angles. There's a lot of camera angle fun in this game. Game's like, hey, you want a dynamic camera? You got it. Here comes every camera angle known to cinematography. We're gonna go sideways, we're gonna go up and down, oh. This is a good opening. I really like the music that plays during the opening level. It's very... It sets the stage very well. Also, they sent me out here at level 1. Like, they couldn't spare anyone who's like level, I don't know, like 20? No? Okay. Fine. It's a good thing I'm good at shooting games. I've always been historically good at top-down shooters. Also sideways shooters. Also like 3/4 angle, dolly zoom, vertigo angle. I don't even know what to call it. Cinematography zooms. I'm good at shooting video games, okay? What I'm not good at is action RPGs. So this is going to be a nightmare. It's a calm before the storm is what this is.
Heavy damage. Standard top laser test estimated. Initiate short range control. Activating short-range attack gear. Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Well. Hello there, my cylindrical friends. So welcome to the actual gameplay of NIER Automata. I'm really bad at it, but I think I'm going to get better at it as we go along. I have physically played a good amount of NIER Automata by now, but I am by no means an expert at the combat because I'm bad at action games. Really shouldn't have Let's Played Bloodborne. Oh well. If only I could go back in time a year and decide not to play Bloodborne. Demonstrate my lack of ability at action games to the internet. The Surge 2, also. And soon to be Immortal Unchained. Just never play an action game again. Oh, hi there. Oh! I'm on a new save file, so my controls are all reset. I forgot about that. NIER Automata resets your control options and your audio options, dialogue, camera, all that stuff when you make a new save file. The control settings that you change on the main menu do not mean a goddamn thing. And you'll see why later.
Enemies destroyed.
Damn right.
Not quite. Or not. hi there.
Is that our target?
Negative. This enemy is unrelated. Proposal. Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.
Big fans of stating the obvious, these little floaty robot buddies. It's fine, though. I've got bullets. Bullets aplenty. One thing I do appreciate about this game is that it really taps into that inner desire that I have to fight gigantic robots. Like, just, if you're one of those people that's kind of like me, that really enjoys fighting gigantic opponents as like a tiny little human-ish shaped thing, we're good. This is the game for you.
Pod program download complete.
And hey look, now we can fire an even bigger laser. Boy, I gotta really remember how to play this video game. And to think, I was just playing it like a couple hours ago, just to like make sure that I was totally ready to start this stream. And I'm already getting fucked up. But it's mostly because I'm getting a little bit too overzealous here. Too excited for what's to come. Gotta take my time. Take my time and dodge all of these energy balls. Man, so the Pizza Android in the chat is the resident expert of NIER Automata, and Pizza Android was correct when she told me earlier today that the dodge button in this game is great. It gives you complete invincibility frames, but the follow-up attack does not, and it's shit. I gotta remember not to do the light follow-up. Oh, hi there.
Better make sure he's actually dead next time. That was dangerous, man.
Didn't even try with the lip sync, but it's fine. Japanese game. They don't
You're
care.
2B, right? My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support.
Copy that.
So, was that big old buzzsaw the Goliath you came here to take out?
No, just another defensive system.
Oh. Well, I guess we have to find the target then, huh? I've got a flight unit, so I'll take a look around the perimeter.
All right. I'll work my way inside from the ground.
Good luck, 9S. If only I hadn't, you know, completely destroyed my flight unit on the way in here. It's almost like that was a bad idea and I had missiles. But it's fine. It's all fine. Alright, so this is running kind of crappy because I'm capturing it for streaming it. I think future streams of this game might be in 30 frames a second. This stream is in 60, but I think I'm going to lock the game to 30 just so that there isn't any annoying hitching. Because, like, look at this. This is running at, like, 40 frames a second, probably. Like I said, with the fixes installed and all of that stuff, NIER Automata runs perfectly serviceably. It's not a great port by any stretch of the imagination, but it doesn't do this, where it's hitching. Matter of fact, I kind of want to try to fix that, actually. Let me see if I can actually capture the game in full screen. At all, because that will fix the problems we're having here. Hold on. I'm gonna remove the window capture here. Hold on. I'm fixing this. I've got a flight unit, he says in his flight unit. Listen, he's stating the obvious perhaps, but it's fine. You know, as you're going to probably learn, the characters in this game like to state the obvious. But it doesn't matter. It's okay that they do. They just kind of got to work on elaborating on their feelings a little better. All right, so let's go and force this into full screen mode, and let's see what happens when I do this. Oh yeah, look at that black screen. I love it. I love when it doesn't work. It's my big favorite. Boy, this is a real pain. It works when I'm alt-tabbed. That's the thing that bothers me the most, is that it works perfectly fine when I'm alt-tabbed, but when I'm actually in the game, it doesn't. And it allows me to capture the game, too. Okay. How about this, then? Is that working? I think that is working. I think that's working. It is! Okay, it's working. Alright, let's see if that fixes the frame rate problems. Oh, that's so much fucking better. Look at that! Wow! How about that? Alright, so, windowed mode, not what you want to play this game in. Yeah, the game doesn't have native borderless windowed, but you can force it. You can force it with the mod that I have installed. It's basically a client wrapper. It's a wrapper for the game's basically for the game's visual processing, essentially. Just run it into bullets, it's fine. Oh, you know what I forgot? You know what I completely forgot? You can destroy bullets with your melee attacks. Not these pink ones, but the dark purple ones. I forgot about that, because I haven't actually played this video game at length since the last stream I did of this game, actually, almost a year ago. It's been a long time. You should probably rebind your controls so you can actually lock on. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, we'll do that.
2B? Ma'am?
What is it?
I was going to send you the map data I collected earlier.
Do it.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. So, with NIER Automata's controls, the default lock-on button is, I think, like R2? No, it's L2. The default lock-on button is L2, which is actually fine for me because that is what the lock-on button is in the Surge. That's actually not too different than what I'm used to, considering the games that I've played. But I am going to rebind some of these controls once we get a nice opportunity to, which will come in a bit later. I love how pixely the map is. Yeah, I really like the aesthetic of the UI in this game. It's pretty cool. Because it doesn't match the aesthetics of the game itself, but like it works because of that. It's cool that they came up with like an entirely separate visual design just for the UI. Like I really like this beige. The beige is nice. From my current streaming aesthetic, we know about the power of beige. Beige is a very strong color, and Automata uses it to great effect. Really? Must you? Alright, well that's a weird way to take that guy out, but that works. It's got a very Tiger handheld feel to it. Yeah, kinda.
Exit confirmed closed.
So open it.
Negative. Nearby enemies are jamming our signal.
Nothing's ever easy.
These little guys have the ability to jam. I doubt it. They don't even really have, like, articulate legs. You need at least a knee joint to be able to jam. Hey, Joe Public. Welcome to NIER Automata. Welcome to robot fighting simulator, whenever the hell this game takes place. We'll get there. Oh! I also need to work on my aim with the pod. Like, I don't lock on much in this game because it doesn't really restrict your movement. You still have 3D movement, it just focuses the camera. And like, I kind of hoped that it would cause me to automatically circle around the enemy, but it doesn't. And so it's not super useful to me for what I use lock-on for in games like this. I think Metal Gear Rising was the same way. God, I love the vocals. The vocals in this song are so good. Yeah, you're right, though. It makes the pod automatically lock on, so I might as well use it anyway.
You know, ma'am, I'm glad you're here.
Why?
Scanners like me mostly work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun.
Emotions are prohibited.
Sorry, ma'am.
And another thing, stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
It's unnecessary.
All right, then. 2B it is.
Alright, two things. Emotions are prohibited, and also, don't call her ma'am. She doesn't like that. Two facts to keep in mind about our friend 2B. Not a fan of being called ma'am. Look forward to my new subscriber emote. See Jacob's essay, ma'am, and it's just 2B's face. Just to mock her, just to be mean to her. It's a very cruel thing for me to do. Man, I'm just gonna get hit by every bullet. I'll do it. I'll run into every bullet in this video game, and I'll like it too. Did you say mom or ma'am? Oh no, we're not getting into that. This is not that kind of video game. Well, actually, it kind of is that kind of video game, I guess. But listen, we have time. This is good. This is going to be a very long stream. NIER Automata is a pretty extensive game, and we will be doing all of the side stuff, side activities, finding all the little secrets there are. You know, we're going to be thoroughly exploring this game for all it's worth and then some. I might even do the DLC, even though I don't actually own it right now. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time, and by a fun time, I mean I'm going to get hit by every bullet. It'll be great. I'm a big fan of getting hit by bullets, you guys. And being unable to kill flying enemies, even though I have an infinite ranged attack.
This place sure is big.
I guess humans used to use it as a weapons factory, but now it's just crawling with machines. The enemy seems to have repurposed the facility to increase their overall machine production.
So if we don't destroy it, they'll just keep coming.
Pizza Android screams at me, please lock on. There's also a problem with the Steam integration of DualShock 4 controllers, where the triggers depress and press and give the same input. So unfortunately, right now, I actually physically cannot lock on to enemies. Here, watch. This is what happens when I try to lock on. You can see that it worked that time, but if I do this, look, you can see that it just automatically drops the lock on, because thanks to Steam, it's hitting the button twice. But don't worry, we'll be able to rebind the lock on in a little bit. I actually could do it right now, but we're not gonna do it right now. We're gonna play through this straight until we have the opportunity to customize our controls a little bit later. I'm not gonna die. What do you think I am? Some kind of bad at video gamesman? No, I'm only good at video games. Especially a game like Automata. Also, for the record, I told Pizza Android before I started this stream that it would be absolutely excruciating for her to watch. She said, oh, probably not. This game's pretty easy. Yeah? How you feel about it now, Pizza Android? I just gotta pay attention is the thing. I just gotta pay attention to what I'm doing instead of button mashing. Which is a lot harder when you're doing a game on a live stream. But it's okay. I have a feeling that my incompetence is going to be both funny and appropriate. I mean, I'm only level 3. I'm only 3 levels old. But yes, as some folks in the chat have mentioned, the game was not kidding when it told me there were no autosaves. This game does not have any autosaves in it whatsoever, aside from a couple of, like, you know, a couple of little threshold things just in case, like, the game crashes or something like that. You have to manually save your game at very specific points, and right now I don't have the ability to do that. So if I die, we have to replay the entire intro. But I'm not gonna die, because I'm good at video games. I love this game. This game's great.
What?
It's just accessing random, nonsensical data from the old world. There's no actual meaning behind anything machines do.
You hold on to that thought, Ninos. Oh. Are you ignoring that pickup on purpose? Oh, you mean that chest over there? Yeah, we can't open that right now. It's got a big old lock on it. I could have interacted with it and showed you that I couldn't open it, but it's fine. We don't have a way to unlock chests right now, unfortunately. So, I guess that's your indicator that we're coming back here later. Or that we'll have the ability to come back here later, because this is an open world-ish game, so believe me, we'll have more than enough time to explore and pick up anything we missed. There's no meaning behind anything machines do, whatsoever. I like how plaintively he states that too, as if he knows for sure. Like he's like, no, don't worry about it. Just don't think about it. Don't let it set in. It's fine. To be fair though, you know what? I feel like he was on the nose there. That really did seem like a case of just accessing random data. Because it was talking about like break time and overtime shifts and stuff. So like, you know what? Based on what he was saying earlier about how this used to be like a weapons factory, fair enough. Also, this is a very big weapons factory. What, are they making nukes here? I'm not sure if that button works. I guess we'll find out. It's less of a button and more like a
This elevator's
prompt.
controls are locked and cannot be used.
Well, thanks for telling me. You could have told me, like, before I walked up to it, but that's fine also.
Alert. Bulletproof apparatus detected on enemies. Close range combat is advised.
I know.
Again, characters in this game, especially the pods, big fans of stating the obvious. But it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, you know? Sometimes you need to state the obvious just to get your point across. How's it going? I will say though that despite this being a primarily Japanese game, the translation is quite good. Like there is hardly any outside interpretation by the translators in this game. I would say that the translation of this game is the quality of, say, a game like Silent Hill, perhaps, right? Where like all of the dialogue and everything, even the side materials, was all in Japanese and then translated to English later. But they did a good job of it. They did a good job keeping it from being artificial. Man, the music in this game really is just excellent. Like, right from the start, it really puts its best foot forward, I think. This is, of course, this room specifically is a lot of people's first impression of this game. This room and this room and the one where the camera started corkscrewing above our heads a little earlier. This was the first thing they showed off, along with a boss fight a little bit later. And I gotta say, I got really excited.
I surveyed the entire factory, but couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll check outside then. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna try not to do that, where I just sprint everywhere. We're gonna take our time getting through this unless I feel like getting a move on. So.
Is that?
You mean the birds? Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be. Probably because the environment's changed.
Yeah, it looks like it. There is slightly more overgrowth than there probably would be in day-to-day life normally for, you know, you and I on our commute to work. It's not often that I have to swerve around giant flocks of birds, trees. Flocks of trees. Bird trees. It's just not something that we have to experience. And I gotta say, pretty thankful for it, seeing the state of the world in NIER AUTOMATA. Well, we didn't find what we were looking for, so I guess let's get a move on. It's fine. Speak for yourself, pigeons are a menace. Okay, well, I'll agree with that.
There should be another facility across that bridge. It's a bit of a hike, but should we check it out? It's not like Command to get a location wrong. I guess even they get bad intel from time to time, huh?
I wouldn't bet on that.
Attacked by sentient machinery.
Alert. High power jamming detected. No response from long-range communications.
Doesn't matter. I'll just take him out.
Very bold of you, 2B. Attacked by sentient machinery. It really is like I'm playing the Surge all over again. It's like the Surge meets the Talos Principle, 2 games that came out after this game. Oh, hi there. Wonder if I can get a cross shot here. No, I don't think the laser goes through bosses, but it does go through enemies. Wowee! Oh my goodness. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna try not to hold down the pod button because it kind of covers up. Maybe when the enemy's too far away to hit. So, one thing that I really appreciate about this game that all video games in the action game genre could learn from is that you have invincibility frames all the way through your dodge in this game. So, boy, you can just hit this thing and go fucking wild! Ow. I'm kind of caught in a corner here. Oh, boy. I should have been dodging in the opposite direction. Yeah! Like that.
Is that?
Target enemy detected.
Oh, I walked right by it. That minimap was useless. Have you ever played Rock'em Sock'em Robots? Hi there. It looks a lot more angry when its face opens up and starts spewing bullets. Not just because of the aforementioned bullets, but also because it's just a lot more imposing. Uh-oh. Oh, I really like how fluidly you can combine light and heavy attacks in this game. It feels good. This game just feels good to play. It's a shame, for reasons that we will discuss later, that the gameplay of this game is not the best, but man, they sure do have a good base system here. Laser Maniac, you better fucking cut that out! Now that we're getting into the actual video game, allow me to reinforce the spoiler policy. I won't hesitate. Use your fucking common sense, people. Come on, 9S. Help me out here, buddy.
I'm going to destroy.
Right. I'll provide support.
She says that so authoritatively. I'm going to destroy it. You can help if you want.
Alert. Incoming enemy attack from below.
Oh boy.
Evade.
Can do. Again, really taps into that inner desire to fight giant machines that are 3 times your size. I will say, though, that I wish the combat in this game was a little bit slower paced, because the animations in this game are beautiful. It's just that you hardly get a chance to see them, because they're so damn fast. I'm only level 4, doing so little damage to this thing. More like 300 times. Okay, but listen. My point is, if you like Shadow of the Colossus, good news. Oh boy, you really should have done that in the first place. Uh-oh.
Boost!
9S!
Well, we did it.
9S black box signal detected. No response to communications.
I'm going after him.
I mean, you might as well. You have a convenient stairway access point. Uh-oh. Alright, well, it was just sleeping. Taking a rest,
Send a
as
support
machines
request
do.
to command.
Negative. Communications have been jammed.
Always with the jamming. You ought to take up like a dance routine of some kind with all this jamming. Oh well, I can't kill that one. That one's outside of the field of play. Oh wait, I might be able to lock on. Wait, oh, I saw it. Yeah, there we go. Get that thing out of here. It's just an invincible non-entity. Fine, that one gets to live. Go, 2B, go! Oh, there he is. He found his way around. So that I could murder him. Oh, no. Don't. Leave the item. Get on up there. Further. Get even further up there.
9S.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. Out of my way! Another thing I really have to learn that I think I will get better at is not dodging into enemies that are in the middle of attacking me. Because you can dodge away from enemies that are doing that, but you cannot dodge into enemies. Doesn't work that way.
I have to repair him. Pod, get me staunching gel and logic virus vaccines. Then access the...
Inadvisable. The subject's vital signs are too poor to attempt field repair in
Shut up!
current...
Just do what I say!
2B, just go.
You shut up too.
We're soldiers. We take pride in our service.
Pod's like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
HO-229 Flight Unit. Command 677 received. Usage rights transferred from 9S to 2B. Requesting acknowledgement.
Please.
All right.
I would say pride probably counts as an emotion, sure. A little bit hypocritical, but that's fine. Oh, but joke's on you, 9S. I'm not going anywhere. What's up, fucker? You whiffed it.
It talks? I didn't know the machines had that kind of intelligence.
It's just random words, 2B.
I found a weakness in the target.
Oh.
Hacking in to provide support.
Well, shooting it in the face doesn't seem to be doing much for some reason, so that would be nice.
The control on the enemy's upper arm. Use your pod. Should be able to take it over.
I told you to shut up!
Brute force always works, 9S. Always.
Control of upper arm. Seized from enemy unit. Marking weak point. Got it.
Man, what a trooper.
Seize its control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted. Balance controls overridden. Enemy unit subjugation complete.
I'll take that. Thank you very much. Oh, I don't think so, Buster. Come on, try again. Yeah! Oh, what a fucking hero. Look at that. No, and he's still not done. He's never done. It's never over.
You just die already!
I mean, you had rockets, but that works too. Good job, 2B. And 9S also helped.
Talk about bringing the battle to them. 2B.
Contact command. Request assistance.
No. It doesn't look like that's going to be necessary.
Well, who's ready for 3 more boss fights?
I don't imagine that this is going to end well. The black box. It's ready.
Right.
Requesting destruction of enemy hostiles via black box reaction.
Request accepted.
2B. It was an honor to fight with you. Truly.
The honor was mine.
Like they're toasting with wine glasses. Well, that was a short game. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you can see why it was so acclaimed. I think I was legally obligated to make that joke. Well, welcome to heaven, 2B. It's very monochrome here in Robot Heaven. Donut-shaped Robot Heaven. I wish 2B walked a little bit faster. Just a bit. Oh, hey, 9S. You're in Robot Heaven too, huh?
So, mission complete and all that, huh? The Goliaths were wiped out, and we secured a route into enemy territory. Now we can...
9S,
Yeah?
thank you for uploading my data to the bunker.
I did that? Sorry, I don't remember. There wasn't a whole lot of bandwidth down there, you know? I probably only had enough time to back up your memories.
Damn data caps.
Mine are only intact up to the point just before we rendezvoused.
I see.
Well, thanks anyway, buddy. I'll fill you in later.
Glory to mankind.
Glory to mankind.
I wonder if the Foley artist responsible for those leather straining sounds knew what they were going to be used for. So, NIER Automata has online functionality in the form of kind of cross game world events where if I should die, other players of NIER Automata may come across my body and use it to gain temporary buffs. But we're going to leave that off for this stream. I'm going to turn it on the next stream. The reason that I'm leaving it off right now is because I kind of want to move things along, and during loading screens, it checks for a connection to the network, which makes the loading screens go on a little longer. So we're going to leave the network functionality off for now, but I'll explain what it does in more detail on the next stream. And hey, look, now we can save. Now we are allowed to save. So for the record, down here, yesterday, I played through approximately the length of this stream just to get reacclimated with the game. I have played a little bit past this point, where I'm at on my other save file. But past this, I'm going to try not to play ahead of anything, and I'm going to try my hardest not to do anything off camera, especially not anything important. Like plot-related, side quests, weapons, anything like that. But pure grinding, if I ever have to do any pure grinding, I'll just tell you about it after the fact. So, I'm going to make this as smooth an experience for all of us as I can. Let's keep moving. Hell of an intro. I feel like this game opens very strongly. It acclimates you to the world that the characters exist in quite well.
5012 AD.
Especially this part.
The year mankind's glorious history came to a sudden and abrupt end, when the world was invaded by aliens from beyond the stars. The aliens unleashed a new breed of weapon, machine life forms, that all but annihilated human civilization. The handful of survivors that remained fled from Earth, seeking refuge on the moon. 5204 AD. Humanity launched its counterattack, deploying an army of androids from a network of orbiting bases. But after more than a dozen large-scale descents upon the enemy, we still haven't managed to repel the invaders. That is why you, the Yorha forces, exist. To break this stalemate, once and for all. You are our ultimate weapon, and you must put an end to this war.
Understood, sir.
I wish you good hunting.
Glory to mankind.
Say it with me.
Glory to mankind.
Glory to mankind. No 9S, unfortunately, I can't hear you. Please help me adjust my brightness settings, it's very dark. 9S, please. Okay. Altman be praised. This is fun. Okay. Time to hit that right D-pad button. Hey, look at that. Okay. So this is why I didn't set my controls up earlier, because we have the ability to do that right now. So we're going to do that while we're in this menu. Looks good. This entire process is being recorded for posterity. Alright, so let's not fucking dilly-dally. You got it, buddy.
Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? Go ahead and adjust your settings so you can hear me, alright? Adjust the settings until you can hear my voice.
Perfect.
Are we good now?
Yes, we are. And by the way, 9S, voice acting by voice actor Kyle McCarley. Primo stuff, 9S. My compliments to the chef.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, that takes care of the settings. Hold on. Your self-destruct permissions are missing. Wait a sec, we need to restore those. I could set it for you, but you should probably do it yourself. Regulations and all, you know?
I'd really rather not.
Huh? Wait, no, you need to leave that turned on.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you can't really do that. It needs to be turned on except in very specific cases.
Hey, who's the team leader here, buddy?
I'm afraid I can't leave this as is, ma'am. Please give your permission.
All right, fine.
Okay, good. If things go wrong during an op, you may have to sacrifice yourself in order to finish it, so once you're finished making adjustments, you can go ahead and close this out.
Okie doke. First things first, though.
I know no one likes the idea of self-destructing, but that's what regulations call for. Still, I'll keep it a secret from the commander.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for being a pal. Alright, so it looks like we actually can't adjust our control settings from inside this menu. And you're about to see why we actually can't do that, because we're not actually in control of 2B right now. But I am going to turn off some other stuff while we're in this menu. The camera has very sharp auto adjust, and the field of view is very strange in combat. So it's kind of cool, actually, how in depth they let you go with the camera controls in this game. I'm trying to remember what I had all of my personal settings set to. I wanted to... Yeah. Change the combat distance so it pulls back a little bit. There we go. I think that's about how I had it on my test save file. But yeah, we can change pretty much everything from here, including the vibration function. I have vibration turned off on my DualShock 4, so I don't know if it's going to let me actually do this, but let's find out.
Oh, I see you've turned vibration detection on. Let's run a check to make sure it's working. I'm gonna tap you on the shoulders, alright?
Alright.
How was that? Did you feel it?
No, because I've got vibration off on the controller itself, sorry.
Huh? That's odd. Everything should be set up correctly. Here, let me try somewhere else. I'm gonna tap you on the arm this time, okay? Did you feel that?
Still no. Try a little lower.
Huh? Really? Well, if you say so. How about this? How was that?
Still nothing. I'm sorry.
Are you serious? You didn't feel anything just now? Well then, let's try something else. Well?
Okay, I felt that one. In my heart and soul. I feel like you poured your heart and soul into it that time, 9S. I felt it spiritually.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Just gonna turn it back off after. I was just messing with him, really. I was just messing with him. I feel like that's a little rude of me, but, you know, we gotta have our fun while we're here in this menu. Thanks for the help, buddy.
Morning.
"9S.
The commander's put me in charge of your maintenance, ma'am. That means I'll be performing regular checks on you from now on.
I see.
Oh, don't worry. We 9S models are the best around, you know. Though I suppose we're not exactly known for our modesty.
You were pretty modest in the last mission, I don't know.
9S.
Pretty mature
But
of
what
you.
is it, ma'am?
Stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
There's no need to be so formal.
Alright. If you say so. Oh, I almost forgot. The commander was calling for you. We better go see what's up, man. 2B.
See, that's better already. Good job. So we can talk to 9S here. We're going to be running around with 9S for quite a while, so we can chat him up here, and we can tell him to adopt a number of combat styles. I'm going to have 9S stick back a little bit, because I'm not going to say he gets in the way. In fact, it's quite the opposite. If you tell your partner buddy to be aggressive, you almost don't even have to play this game, because they will go crazy on the enemies. So I'm going to tell him to stay back just a little bit, just so that I can actually fight the enemies in this game without having to bump shoulders with them. You can also tell him to just do nothing, but we're not going to do that. Come along, 9S.
You need to be near an access point to save your data. You can see access points on the close-range map. Be sure to save often.
Thanks, Colonel Campbell. Press the action button to use the ladder. Well, welcome to the command center, everybody. Fancy place. Nice digs. Very monochrome paint job in here. Howdy, Commander.
Ah, 2B. Maintenance finished?
Yes, Commander. You detonated your black box in order to defeat the enemy. Bold, but risky. Try not to be so reckless next time.
Wasn't my idea. It was his idea.
Out of maintenance, but I have another mission for you. I need you to head to the surface, rendezvous with the Resistance, and do some recon.
Doesn't Yorha have a dedicated Resistance contact already?
We haven't been able to get in touch with them, so we'll need you to look into that as well. Understood.
You got it. Well, that's easy enough. It'll be nice to stretch my legs after getting them blown up. Or, well, stretch his legs after getting them blown up. Though I suppose total annihilation counts as your legs getting a bit stiff. So we can run around here and talk to our fellow units. How's it going? Are you feeling alright? Do you have enough recovery items? How are your vital signs? It's critical to deal with injuries right away. Yeah, it sure is. What? Why you gotta pose at me? Why you gotta do the well, what is it? I'm so worried. Maybe I should talk to one of the operators and request a model change. Huh. Apparently things are not well here on the bunker. Got people requesting model changes so they can go out into the field, talking about their waistline and all that. Man, the ambient dialogue here on the bunker is very strange. It's very strange, but it's nice to look at the other units and see what could have been. Man, these operators are so fussy. Wish they'd just get me the data I need and let me do my thing. Not a fan of narrative-based video games, huh? Alright, come along, 9S. First things first, though. Let's go and, oh!
That means we'll be getting flight units, huh? Better head for the hangar. Usually we can't get near flight units. They're way too expensive for us grunts. Too bad they can't mass-produce these things yet.
You'd think that cost wouldn't be an issue. This doesn't seem like a profiteering business, but I guess they do have to spend their money and physical resources alike to make these things. It's nice that they pay their workers, I guess. And hey, look, here's Operator 210. This is 9S's operator. How you doing, lady? How may I assist you? Please keep it brief. Well, fine. Just striking up a conversation. Are you still here? You should return to your duties. Now get going before I report you for disobeying orders. Okay. Jeez. Okay, Mom. Cracking the whip. Like, look. I mean, you could stick to bossing around your own unit. My operator's over here. Hi, Sexo. How you doing? Hey there. How's it going? Majestic trees, pretty flowers, cute little animals. I love it all.
Roger.
Happy to hear that.
Please take care of this.
Is there a problem? Did I forget to upload intel or something? Uh-oh, I'm gonna get yelled at again, huh? Ah, it's fine. You're doing a fine job, 6-0. Don't worry about it. So someone in the chat, Trivial Realities, asked if Yorha actually stands for something, and Yoko Taro said that it does, but it doesn't matter. That's specifically what he said, is that it does stand for something, but it doesn't matter what it stands for, so he doesn't bother telling you. It makes me wonder if it would be something in English or Japanese. Nice view of that nice gray marble we call Earth. I never get tired of looking at Earth. The hangar? You can get to it from the elevator to my left. Well, thanks.
The hangar's up ahead. Let's go.
I mean, it says hangar in holographic lettering above the doors, but you know, it's nice to have the directions anyway. Yeah, for how expensive they are, we destroyed 2 flight units in the intro mission, so... I mean, technically 3, counting 9S's. But I mean, if you look on the walls over here, they really don't have that many to go around. Presumably there are some on the opposite wall, the 4th wall that we are currently inhabiting. But maybe we should treat them with kindness instead. Treat them carefully. Expensive technology, Douglas. Very expensive. Hey look, I still get the white one.
Hey 2B, why do you think they sent a combat model like you to a recon job? If all they want is intel, we scanner models are built for that kind of thing.
Orders are orders.
Alright, alright.
Level up! Welcome to level 5, 2B.
2B, you're going to have some new weaponry installed from here on out. I'll put up instructions for you. Make sure to commit them to memory.
Roger.
Will do. I'll never forget them as long as I live. I don't know if I'm going to be using the missile barrage all that much, because it's not like it hurts you any, it's just that you have to stand still while you're using it, so like the enemies can take pot shots at you. Yeah, we're 5 levels old now. Poor 9S is back to level 1 after losing his data in the intro mission, but it's fine. He'll catch up in no time. So these flight sequences between the bunker and Earth will occasionally pop up in this game. We'll get a way to avoid having to do them later, but it's kind of a pain actually because they scale with your character level, and so they become very, very tough as you proceed ahead. Very tough.
Bunker to 2B, come in.
What's up?
I've set a landing point for your flight units. You'll be touching down quite a ways from the resistance camp, unfortunately. Sorry for the trouble, but we can't risk the enemy discovering their position.
Understood.
Good luck down there.
Thanks. I'll be sure to be subtle, as I usually am. Man, I love the animations for the flight units. The animations in this game in general are just so damn good. They put a lot of effort into it. Oh, don't worry, Clayliv, I planned on it. Just for fun. Well, welcome back to Earth. But yeah, like I said, we don't have the ability to open these locked chests right now, but eventually we will. Welcome to the Yorha Operations Zone, everybody.
Target location acquired. Marking on map. Proposal. Proceed to target location.
Can do. So the music in the city ruins. Unfortunately, it's kind of unfortunate how fast this music we're hearing right now goes. The music in this game is very dynamic, and it changes a lot. There are several variants of most of the open world music in this game based on whether you're in combat, like the state of the story and all of that stuff. But this music, the City Ruins theme that plays right from the outset, is, in my opinion, some of the best music in this game. So we could go over there and take the stairs, but I don't feel like it.
Hey, 2B! You should know better than to try that. Not even a cutting-edge Yorha like you would survive that kind of fall. Try not to act so recklessly, all right?
It's okay. I have a lot of padding. And plus, I didn't feel like taking the stairs. Stairs are for chumps, 9S. One thing you're going to learn, running with 2B very quickly, is that jumping off of buildings and landing flat on my face is my preferred way to get around. Although I suppose we could have just held down the jump button and had the pod carry me, but come on now. That's nowhere near as fun. Yeah, 9S is smart. He uses his pod to get down. There's a lot of interesting verticality in this game, in the area design and all that stuff. Like, the platforming in this game is quite extensive. There's a lot of moves that we can do to stay in the air for a long amount of time, which we are definitely going to have to make use of to access certain stuff
According to our
later
intel,
on.
none of the machines in this area are hostile. We've been seeing more and more enemies like this lately. They just stand there and stare into space. It's pretty weird.
It is quite strange, but these guys over here seem to be doing something.
Eliminate enemies in vicinity and restore access point immediately.
Done and done. Let their parts scatter to the wind. So, access points are how you save in this game. Earlier, the game let us know that you don't have any autosaves in this game, and they were not lying. In order to save in this game, you have to.
Obtained from bunker. Data may be displayed from the system menu.
Map data, huh? It's hard to get an accurate picture from this. Our satellite resolution isn't so hot. Hopefully they deploy some new satellites soon.
Hopefully you're a fan of voxels, 2B.
You don't let anything get in your way, do you?
Nope. That's my character, 9S. Anyway, this game doesn't have autosaves. Up in the top right where it says saving possible, whenever you're near an access point, we can go into the pause menu and save our game, or just physically walk up to the thing. But outside of that, this game does not save your progress. If you die, you're going back to the last vending machine. So I hope you got an energy drink, because you're going to need it. Jamming. A ID. A surveillance camera? Yeah, they're just, machines over there are just chilling out. We don't really have to fight them, but I'm gonna fight everything that comes across my path. Anything unfortunate to be in my line of sight, I'm gonna have to kill, just so that we don't end up behind the leveling curve. But you know what?
Commencing.
I don't really feel like machine murder right now. I feel like going for a nice, relaxing fish. I like her cyber chair. Look at the cyber chair. Believe it or not, fishing is an incredibly important aspect of this game. Historically, you can look back at the original NIER, and fishing was important in that game too.
Report. Success.
I caught a carp. Sorry, I caught a carp machine. Same thing. What's the lore on how the cyber chair works? Well, 2B has a lot of padding in her posterior, and so the chair is an extension of that. Engaging bobber.exe. Mostly I'm just doing this so we can listen to the music, because it's very atmospheric.
Catch confirmed.
Oh, look at how tiny that is. Look at that tiny catch. Damn it. Give me the machine killifish. I bet it's a lot bigger on the inside. There's lots of meat you can extract from a killifish.
Report. Fresh.
Another carp machine. Well, eventually we'll go fishing for an extended period of time. There are a number of fishing spots in this game, and some very specific places where you can catch things other than fish. And I already know where a number of those are, so I'm probably not going to have to look up a guide on any of that stuff. I'm going to try as hard as I can to avoid having to look up a guide, especially during the stream. If there's anything I need to know that I don't know during the stream, I'll just find it out. Because that's something that I really like about this game, is that we have time. Like, despite the plot pressure that will eventually be put upon us, we have time to run around and do side quests. I just like being able to stop and fish, you know? This music's also very comfy.
So this is the Resistance camp, huh? We should probably go talk to their leader first thing.
Yeah, probably. Oh, look at that android keeping an eye on me. None of you have the white hair. None of you have the gothic Lolita outfit. None of you have the katanas. Although some of these folks have guns, which I feel like would serve quite a bit better than a sword when it comes to certain opponents that we may face on our journey. This is one of those situations where it's like, man, why doesn't the protagonist of this action game just pull out a gun? It's fine, though. Hi there.
You're... number 2.
You know about 2B?
Yes, well, the bunker told me to expect you. My name is Anemone. I'm the leader of the android resistance that controls most of this territory. You must be the new scouts we heard about. Well, I'm sure my people will have plenty of information for you. Please feel free to ask them anything you like.
Will do. I guess you're right. The pod does technically count as a gun, so that's fair. I like Anemone. She's pretty. I like her design. We could get it. Oh, she's transparent. Oh, there you go. She's looking over her shoulder at me, but she's pretty. Oh, she's staring a hole in my soul, though. I don't know if I like that. Well, let's hang around for a little bit. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh yeah, sure. Just chillax. It's been a hard day. I mean, I guess 9S doesn't know that it's been a hard day, but it's been a hard day. Hi there. It's so relaxing to listen to music, don't you agree? Yup. I could tell you were a connoisseur just by looking at you. Here, have this. This is what people used to call a jukebox, a machine that plays music. I assume it's not evil. I assume it's not out for the destruction of all android kind, like most machines are. You can play any song you like on it as long as you have the necessary records. It's yours to use. Well, hey, thanks. So yeah, we can use the jukebox to play any music we want in the game, and we can also just have a seat and chill out, listen to the music. Just relax, let 2B's skirt clip through the chair there. 9S, he doesn't feel like taking a seat, but it's fine. We'll do that a little bit later. I like the music that's playing right now. And yes, people in the chat are talking about the excellent vocal performance of DC Douglas, one of our floating pod buddies. The voice acting in this game in general is very, very strong, just from all parties. This game's voice acting is an excellent companion to the writing, I feel. They went with good choices all around. Hi there. Welcome, welcome. It's always great to get new customers. You some kind of supply trader for the Resistance? You know it. Every item here is handcrafted from abandoned parts and stuff plundered from enemy corpses. So then, to business. What can I get you? Well, we don't have very much money right now, but I'll buy a couple of medium recoveries. Small recoveries are very quickly going to become peanuts compared to the length of our health bars, so I want to focus on medium recoveries. We can also buy animal bait that allows us to ride some of the animal friends we will encounter, but we won't do that right now. We'll do that a little later when we actually need to get around a little faster. Do you sell plug-in chips? You mean those little doodads that serve as power-ups for your body? Afraid not. No, I mean the other plug-in chips that come in a cylindrical can that you shove into your gullet while you're watching Netflix. I'd love to sell plug-in chips, but I don't have the necessary raw materials. Now, if I happen to get those raw materials, I bet we could do business. But until then... Say, now there's an idea. What if you got the materials for me? I've got this bum leg, see? Can't really get around myself. Can't you just repair your own leg? You work in the supply trade, after all. If only. Unfortunately, all of our parts are dedicated to the war effort. Can't spare any for myself. Personally, I'm hoping you wipe out those machines so I can start dancing again. But until then, will you look for what I need? Sure thing, buddy. 2B, chiming in. They've kind of just been having this conversation without her, haven't they? Oh, thanks a million. Okay, so I need 1 broken spring, 1 small gear, and 1 broken circuit. You can smash up a few small machines to find them. You can obtain them from enemies at the big open area towards the left when you exit the camp.
Target location data obtained. Marking on map.
Sounds good. Well, I can do that. It was our orders to help out around here. How about you? What do you got? Oh, you must be with Yorha. I heard about what happened. I deal in weapons, if you're interested in that type of thing. What kind of weapons? Basically, I rebuild and repair relics from the old world. Although, to be honest, my tools are in pretty sad shape at the moment. But if I can get the servicing device in that toolbox up and running, I could start fixing and selling weapons again. Take a look at it, will you? Okay. It looks like a toolbox. 9S much more punctual. That looks busted, alright. You know it. And as I bet you can tell, I'm no good at that sort of delicate repair. Okay, I guess we'll help you out too while we're out and about. You mean it? That'd be a huge help. Looks like the servicing device shorted out. Must have put too much load on it. I'm thinking 4 complex gadgets will be enough to fix it. Any idea where I'd find complex gadgets? Folks say you can find them over in the city ruins, although I also hear that place is crawling with incredibly aggressive machines. Buddy, they can't be any aggressive than the ones that we were fighting that were maybe like the size of a small building. Or even a large building. How about you? Strange resistance woman? Well, that's kind of presumptuous of you, 2B. Hey, you're with Yorha, right? My mask? It's an electromagnetic wave shielding device. I wear it to limit unnecessary information from the world. Ha! Just kidding. You know what? 2B was right. 2B's a good judge of character. You are a strange resistance woman. So what do you want? Are you worried about something or whatever? So this is fun. This game, actually kind of like Metal Gear Solid, revels in just breaking the fourth wall in extremely silly ways. So like, we can just ask all kinds of questions about the video game to this lady and those folks over there, that lady over there standing in front of the tents. What should I do if I die, strange resistance woman? That's a good philosophical question. After a Yorha body is destroyed, only its memory data is transferred to the new body. That means items aren't transferred. So if you die, you need to recover plug-in chips from your previous body. If you die again before recovering your plug-in chips, they'll all be lost, so take care. Oh, great! One of my favorite aspects of one of my favorite video games that shall yet be named, an acronym that starts with DS. Basically, you need to recover everything from your previous body immediately. Well, I'll keep that in mind. And come to think of it, we did die at the end of the last mission, sort of. So hey, maybe we'll go back to the machine factory and poke around there in a minute. It was fun talking with you. Come back anytime. I don't need any more gameplay advice, but I appreciate the sentiment regardless. How about you? Creamsicle-haired maintenance shop owner? Hello? You're with Yorha, aren't you? This is the maintenance shop. I service and consult on all types of android bodies. Can I help you with anything? Sure. Show me what you got. So, we can buy new pod programs and upgrade our pod from this lady. We also eventually will be able to do other stuff, but there's a ton of different programs for your pod in this game. Right now we only have the laser, but you can also buy a bunch of different stuff that do stuff like, you know, big single target attacks, an AoE protection thing, or this attack that is from the original NIER. This attack is from the original NIER. It makes a bunch of light spears come out of the ground. We will be checking some of these out, actually, because I don't know what the majority of these are like in combat, so it'll be fun to see what a lot of these do firsthand. You can greatly increase your combat abilities with just a few tweaks here and there. If you obtain any new chips or programs, make sure to try them out. Will do. That's right, the D and S stand for Donkey Skong. This is kind of how this playthrough is going to work, right? A lot of the voice acting in this game is reserved for, like, dialogue between 2B and 9S out in the field. Stuff like talking to quest NPCs is usually not voiced unless it's something funny or important, so I'll just be reading that stuff out just for ease of ease of the people watching, because I know that some people out there like to watch and listen to my videos while they're doing other stuff. So this is this is something that I've touched on occasionally, but it's something I like to reinforce from time to time. My Let's Plays, live streams, and all that stuff, I try to have an approachable atmosphere about it, right? Where and the reason I'm explaining this is because I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to be watching me for the first time once I start posting this in various places. But I try to maintain this atmosphere where I stream how I like to watch streams, by mostly focusing on it, but having the stream be equally about the game as about the player. So I'm fine with reading out text on the screen. I hope you don't mind it. If you do mind it, then I guess my live streams aren't for you. I'm sorry. I'm doing it for all of our benefit, mostly because it's mostly because some people find it, you know, comfortable. So some people like the soothing sounds of your pal C. Jacobs until he starts screaming at the top of his lungs whenever something terrible and horrible happens. But boy, will we get there. Point is, gotta be reading out the text, gotta be maintaining a casual atmosphere, and we're gonna be taking this at our own pace, because I feel like this kind of game benefits from really soaking it in. I mean, you're not Medibot, but still. Man, I love Medibot. Does Medibot still do stuff? Does Medibot still do live streams? Does he still support esports? I hope he does. You should try different voices for different characters.
Once upon a
time. No thanks.
Too bad vegetation's claimed most of it now.
Operator 60 to 2B. It is time for your regularly scheduled contact.
This is 2B. Nothing to report.
Good to hear. Say, how's the weather on Earth today? Good?
It's fine. Does that question have anything to do with our operation?
Not really. I just figured it might feel nice to have some good weather.
Feeling nice has no bearing on completing missions.
That is so like you, 2B. Anyway, talk to you later.
Oh, I love 6-0. 6-0 is so good. Oh! How rude. Look at this moose. Look at this moose just chilling. It's just hanging out. Okay, well now they're terrified of the teleporting android, but you know what? I would be terrified too. Let's do this. Boy, they really aren't doing anything. They don't even care that I'm here. Well, time to ruin that. Oh yeah, I need to rebind my controls. I forgot about that. Only the lock-on button, actually. The lock-on button is the only thing I'm changing, because generally speaking, the controls in this game are quite good for the amount of controls there are. So, here is a way that Automata is different than most action RPGs, is this game has full platforming, which a lot of action RPGs avoid. But the knock-on effect of that is that there's another button on the controller that has to be mapped. So I'll show you here. Let's go into my controls, and I'll show you how they make use of every button on the controller out of necessity. So, this game allows you to customize every button on the controller to be any input you want, including, like, having multiples be the same button. Like, watch, here. I'll make R3, which is my preferred button, and L2 both be the lock-on, and the game doesn't care. It'll ask me, like, hey, are you sure you want to do that? But they let you do it. But yeah, under normal circumstances, here's how most RPGs do controls, right? They do attacks on R1 and R2, or on square and triangle. They put dodge on circle or X, and they put action on the one that's not taken up by the dodge. But in Automata, they can't do that, because the jump button is X. And interestingly, this game still uses Japanese-style controls, even though games like, say, Dark Souls, for example, swap the X and circle button functionality when they bring the game over to Western territories. In Japan, in the Japanese version of this game, and now here in the English version, most Japanese video games have circle as the confirm button and X as the cancel button, and that is historic. It's always been that way. Like, I believe I brought that up in my playthrough of Silent Hill 1, where, like, in Japan, circle is confirm and X is cancel, because, I mean, circling something and crossing it out to cancel and confirm it, you know, it makes logical sense. But it would be lost in translation and would feel weird to people who are used to playing mostly Western games. So for games like Dark Souls, they swap the functionality of X and circle. And funnily enough, Bloodborne actually tripped a lot of people up, because when Bloodborne came out, before the first major patch, Bloodborne also had circle and X swapped. So a lot of people were wondering why it was that way, and that's where that little issue kind of came to light. And they added a button in the options menu to swap the functionality for people who were used to the other by then in the first major patch. I just find that stuff really interesting. The differences between Japanese-style gameplay and Western-style gameplay. There are a couple of really interesting mechanical twists.
Are a real pain in the butt, huh?
The Resistance is a valuable ally to your hub. By helping them, we also help ourselves. So no, I don't think they're a pain.
Yeah.
Poor 9S. Listen, he's like a child. Like, you know the expression, they weren't born yesterday? Well, 9S literally was born yesterday, 2B. You gotta cut him some slack. So, we haven't actually gotten the message from the commander about this, but we'll get an email in a little bit saying that, yes, as a matter of fact, after we exploded ourselves in the intro, our body did survive, and it's still over here. So we're gonna go and get it, because 2B lost her sword. Right now, I've only got one sword. I don't have the big sword anymore. So we gotta go and pick the big sword back up. And I'm gonna try not to exploit any knowledge of this game that I have to take advantage of it. We're gonna be trying to play this like it's my first time, but augmented with a little asterisk there, just to cut out any of the tedium. I don't know everything about NIER Automata. In fact, I would say that I don't know most of the idiosyncrasies of this game. But I will say that I know enough to do a competent playthrough that is good for people who are playing. It's gonna be fun. We're just getting started. And yeah, Pizza Android is our resident automata expert, so if I need help, Pizza Android will be there. And Pizza Android knows if something's a spoiler or not, so if you spoil something, oh, Pizza Android won't hesitate to smack you for it. Is the fishing really tedium? Oh, not the fishing. The fishing's relaxing. We might do a stream where we just go around picking up all the fish. Because first of all, fish are a pretty good source of money early on in the game. But also because, like, seeing all of the ridiculous fish that are in this video game is worth it for that alone. Hey, there it is. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Virtuous treaty obtained. Welcome back, sword. And hey, look. There's our stuff and our body. It's a little bit morbid. So yeah, if you were wondering what a Yorha android looks like without the skin, you're gonna see a number of those in this game. They're pretty strange looking. They're kind of like hard plastic dolls. They barely even look like they're made of metal. Hard plastic and rubber is what they look like they're made out of. Pizza Android's name is not a spoiler. There are no pizza androids in this game. This isn't like Dead Space 3, where Dead Space 3 had a tie-in with Slim Jims, where you could snap into a Slim Jim and get a code for a unique weapon in Dead Space 3. There is no Pizza Hut promotion with this game. You know that Hatsune Miku app? You know, the Hatsune Miku app starring Scott, president of Domino's Pizza? Is that guy actually the president of Domino's Pizza? I've never looked that up for myself, and I've always wondered. I've always wondered, but not enough to actually want to know if that Scott guy wearing the Hatsune Miku tie actually is the real president. Oh, look! Look at that! Look over there! There's a white moose. Look at that white moose. I'm gonna annihilate it with my laser. Ow! Oh, it's kicking my ass! The moose boss fight. Look at this. We're like not even 2 hours into this, and already I'm committing horrible animal murder with my fucking magic pod laser. What a horrible person I am. We didn't even get what I wanted from it. It was all for no reason. It's like a truck made out of angry muscle. That's kind of what a moose is like in real life. That's not too far off. You fool! You've activated my moose card. Alright, so let's go over and collect those complex gadgets for the other guy. That way we can kill two birds with one stone. We can kill two bees with one stone. Yep, Metal Gear. What's the mobile one? Peace Walker, right? Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and its promotions with Doritos, Mountain Dew, and Axe body spray continue to be the best product placement in video games. I mean, come on now. The MSF guys, they get stinky,
that
okay?
weapons trader was talking about. Uh-oh. I'm picking up hostile machine life forms.
Oh, God damn it, Nightbot. Fucking fuck off, Nightbot. So, okay. I guess I also need to turn off Nightbot's link filter. Sorry, you can't actually post links in the chat right now, because Nightbot is a little fucking trigger happy. God, that's so annoying. Oh, it's annoying that stuff is on by default. I wish that stuff was off by default, because I had no idea. I'll fix that for the next stream. Nightbot, again, a little bit trigger happy. Let's pick up some machines. Some complex gadgets. More like Reichbot. Holy shit. That's too much. The link was just to the Hatsune Miku pizza boxes. I see. God, I can't stop. I can't stop doing the dodge. The dodge counter. I can't stop. It's just intrinsic in me to dodge and then counterattack, even though it's the worst counterattack. God, I love this music. I hope you can hear it even when I'm talking. I tried to customize my audio ducking for this game so that you could still hear it even when I'm speaking. So I hope I did that. Yeah, I need to use the heavy counter.
Area. Big plants too.
Report. Records show that vegetation has grown to an abnormal size since the departure of humans.
Wonder if there are any huge boars and such too.
Well, we already found a pretty big moose. I imagine it stands to reason. So, when we picked our sword back up, it didn't actually get equipped in my hand. I need to do that on my own, but we'll do that once we get back to the supply camp. I think we're done here, right? Yeah, there we go.
That should be enough. Let's get these back to the trader.
Let's do it. Oh, that's fine. Thank goodness these giant trees can be used for platforming. Again, the verticality in this game is really interesting. Yeah, I feel like that moose was actually a little bit smaller than a moose gets in real life. Here's something to keep in mind. 9S, that's not... It's fine. Look, he's balancing by his 1 foot. Androids, they have a good sense of balance. One thing to keep in mind about NIER Automata is that the characters in this game use Japanese person proportions. So, I think 2B is like barely 5 feet tall with heels. 9S is even shorter. 9S and 2B are actually about the same height. I think they're almost exactly the same height, actually. It's just that 2B is a little bit taller looking because she's standing with the heels. Just remember that everybody in this game is a shorty, which is kind of fun to consider. 5'6" including heels. Yeah, so she'd probably be like 5'2", 5'3". Welcome back, everybody. Have you tried playing with keyboard and mouse and manual aiming your pod for free extra pod damage? I mean, there is a fix for the mouse controls in this game to make them more responsive, but no, I can't play action games with mouse and keyboard. It's a bad idea for me. I think this should be enough to fix your broken device. Well, how do you like that? Looks like I'm back in business. Good to hear. You know it. I make these weapons to keep my friends safe, after all. Although sometimes I wonder, what if my weapons are just making my friends die all the faster? Yeah, I dot to that too, 2B. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Anyway, come back in a little while, alright? I should have some new gear for you then. Okie doke. How about you, pal? How's it coming over here? Hey, you found the materials. That's great. Now I can start upgrading and crafting items for you. I imagine you can spare a few of these supplies to fix your leg. Oh, look, 2B's getting interested. She's invested in this man's busted leg. His desire to rejoin Cirque du Soleil. Yeah, no. Why don't you tell us what's really going on? See, it's my left leg that's all busted up, and my left leg is the one that's fully original. I've repaired this old body of mine 100 times during this war. I've swapped parts in and out so many times I can't even keep track. But this leg, this left leg, it's never been touched. So if I go and replace that, what happens? I mean, would I even be me anymore? Or would I just... Again with the dots. Yep, that's right, the android of Theseus. Anyway, it's my own problem. Didn't mean to trouble you with it. I mean, well, I did ask. Like, you know, it's fine, buddy. I don't mind. I should be getting more inventory soon, so swing by when you can. Roger Dodger. Thanks for the amber. Thanks for the 50 EXP. How's it coming? Hey, it's you. Oh, I almost forgot. I still owe you a reward. I wanted to say thanks for helping me get things up and running again, so I whipped up some upgrade materials. Beast hides? You know, I could have gone and got those myself. I probably would have gotten fucked up by a moose in the process, but I could have... A little bit presumptuous of you to assume that I can't get beast hides without getting my ass kicked. Want to try them out? Sure thing. Let's upgrade our weapons. Right now we only have 2B's normal sword and her long sword, but we can also spend some of our hard-earned money to buy some weapons from the original NIER. And he's about to explain how he has these. So these weapons are all from the first NIER. Original NIER. The first NIER. They're from NIER and not NIER Automata. So if you want a throwback, well, here's a throwback for you. We'll buy some of these when we have a little bit more money, actually, but we don't need them right now. I think they're actually from Drakengard. I know this one is. I think this one is from Drakengard. Either way, they are from all over Yoko Taro's catalog, and we'll find more of those as we go. But yes, we can also upgrade our weapons that we have right now. We're gonna upgrade the short. We're gonna upgrade the short sword and not the long sword. And I bet Pizza Android is clawing at her face that I just did that, but there's a reason. I specifically remember why I'm doing this. We'll get to it in a little bit. Come to me whenever you need help with your weapons. Thanks, buddy. Hey there. I'm here for all your weapon-related needs. Oh, we actually have to buy one before he's gonna tell us where he got them from. Okay, well I guess we'll hear that a little bit later. Don't be a stranger. Oh, see, Pizza Android, you're gonna be eating those words in a minute. I mean, maybe not a minute. It's gonna be about maybe like half an hour before you eat those words. But don't you worry, I have a plan. What are you buying? Let's see. I would like to buy myself an EXP gauge, please. Thank you. And I also am going to stock up on medium recoveries before we leave. Item drops in this game are not super rare. They're pretty common. You can see that I've been scooping stuff up in the middle of fights this whole time. But recovery items are kind of hard to come by at the very beginning. Eventually, we'll have 99 of both of these, and we won't even have to worry about it, but that won't be for quite a while. Come back soon. Are you planning to upgrade all the weapon stories and everything? Yes, actually. We'll get to that. We'll get to my plan for that in a little bit, yeah. Oh, hey. I actually have a request for you as well. There have been lots of reports of dangerous machines appearing in the desert recently. This is very unusual, so it may be indicative of something bigger. Now, I hear you Yorha types are pretty good at examining things. You think you can look into this whole mess for me? Well, I mean, we're not really doing anything right now, so sure, why not? Thanks. I knew I could count on you. I'll tell our allies in the desert that you're coming. Be careful out there, okay? Will do. I'm always careful. So before we head out, let's just equip all of the stuff we just bought. Automata lets you equip 2 different weapon sets at once, and this bothers me about this game. This is something that bugs me, is that you can't equip the same weapon in your light attack and heavy attack slots. If we had another small sword, like the Ancient Overlord that Weapons Dealer is selling, we could put 2 different small swords in our heavy and light attack slots, and it'd be essentially the same thing. But you have to equip 2 different weapons, even if it's just your bare fists, in both slots, which is weird. It's very weird to me. Oh, and also the upgrade chip. Right. Gotta upgrade that plug-in chip. We can re-equip our auto-use items so I don't have to mash the heal button anymore. And also equip the EXP gauge we got so that we can just have that on the screen to know how close I am. Just for fun. And away we go.
Pod 042 to operator. Coordinates confirmed for location specified by Resistance Leader.
Understood, 042. Placing marker on target. The desert heat is going to make resupply efforts difficult, 2B. Please make sure you're ready before you go.
Oh yeah, I'm juiced up. It's like my buddy Manuel says, gas, gas, gas. I want to step on the gas. Aren't the 2 swords being swung at the same time within a combo? I mean, sorta. I mean, we can do interactive attacks. Like here, you can see she swings both swords here. If I had another short sword, I could show you the interaction between 2 small swords. It's really cool, actually. Every different weapon type has a couple of different attacks that use both weapons in the combo, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how many unique animations they created for that. The vocals in the song are very, very good.
Proposal. Eliminate enemies in vicinity and restore access point immediately.
Can do. I feel like a hero. Yeah, it is kind of strange that the long sword's blade isn't actually attached to the weapon. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that mimics like a style of an actual sword or what, but like it feels kind of strange. It feels like it would give the weapon like a really weird weight that would make it hard to swing. Because like if you think about it, like all of the weight is going to be on the blade, which I guess would give it like kind of like if you swung it like a baseball bat, right? I guess the heaviness of the blade would eventually carry the swing through. It's just that starting the swing would be harder. Like, the wind-up would have less power behind it, but the follow-through would be better, I guess. I wish it were possible to not do the counterattack. For some reason, I don't know why, but I don't know if there even is a way to dodge and then not do the counter. I guess if you just wait a second before attacking again, she won't do it, but a lot of the combat that you're probably going to see is me knocking enemies away with the launcher and then having to run up to them to continue hitting them. And I'm going to try not to do that, but it's going to happen eventually. Over and over again for all eternity. I like this part. This is my favorite. Oh, I love the way that the music fades out and the vocals keep going. It's so good.
You're from Yorha, right? I've heard about you guys. We've got a squad mate waiting in a rocky stretch up ahead. Head on over. Just remember that there's nowhere to resupply out there. If you need anything, best to take care of it here while you can. What can I help you with?
Let's see what you got, although I doubt it's going to be all that different than the other stuff. Yeah, it's not... Yeah, you don't really have anything that different. Ah, well. Thanks for the advice anyway, buddy. But yeah, I just have to... well, but the heavy attack still knocks enemies away, which is my complaint, and not that it's a launcher. Knocking enemies up into the air isn't the problem. It's that a lot of the follow-up counterattacks from various angles knock enemies, like, horizontally away from you, which is good for getting space when there's a crowd, but in general, it's just not very helpful in combat.
The Council of Humanity has a message for all of our brave androids fighting on the surface. Currently, our struggle against the machine life forms is at a stalemate. This battle has raged for far too long. I am sure all of you find the effort grueling. But now is not the time to give up. Now, more than ever, we must forge on. Remember that several 100,000 humans on the moon want nothing more than to return to Earth. Glory to mankind.
Glory to mankind.
Council broadcasts are always so stiff.
Yeah, they really are. They're very clinical.
Report.
I would put a little emotion into it.
Notification received from access point.
Although I suppose they know that they're just dealing with androids here and emotions are prohibited and all that stuff, so I guess it would make sense that they would be kind of stiff, because, like, it's more of a status update than a keep spirits high kind of thing. So the tall boys, the tall guys, they are my favorite enemy in this game. Because, like, they're hostile. They just don't have anything to kill me with. So all they can do is just stand around watching. This guy's not even all that tall. You need to get more cylindrical segments, buddy. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, this guy's really tall. Hey, man. I can't even get up to his level standing on this pipe. You need to get some platform shoes, 2B. Enemy. Yeah, what kind of enemies are these? They're not enemies. I refuse to kill them. Especially because I have no need to, because I just leveled up anyway. They're completely armless. Hey. Oh, finally, a tech manual. Now I can know how to play this game effectively. So welcome to the desert, everybody. It's very deserted in here. Dereliction of duty registered. Yep, I get official Yorha demerit points for every time I ignore one of these enemies. Too many demerit points and you're assigned to janitorial duties. How does 2B move on the sand with heels? How don't you move on the sand with heels, huh? Gonna court-martial you, 2B. You'll never work in this town again. She's got a good center of balance. Listen, 2B has a very different center of balance than most androids probably have, okay? She's got a little bit extra padding, and she's had a lot of time to get used to the different weight distribution that her model has, okay? Lots of experience, that's how. Man, where's the Baroth? When's the Baroth coming? I gotta prepare my water weapons. Corrode that stone. So you can get through this weapon mostly with the heavy attacks. The heavy attacks are slow, but you can dodge cancel out of pretty much any attack in this game. Like, check this out. The attack keeps going. Even if I dodge, the attack still starts if you dodge after it starts but before it finishes. So you can get through this game mostly by doing heavy attack, dodge, heavy attack, dodge like this. Essentially, it's like a loop where you go from being invincible to the animation and then back to being invincible before enemies can really retaliate. But I'm not going to do that because that's boring. I'm gonna play this game in a couple of fun and interesting ways that may take slightly longer, but you'll get over it. Again, this game is very friendly to people like me who don't play many action games. Like, I'm not very good at action games like this. So it's nice that they have it's nice that they have a number of options for self-preservation. Although it does make the game a little bit easy. Yep, that's right. The joke I was making about the Monster Hunter monster was that this is a desert similar to the video game Monster Hunter World, about a world of hunting monsters. You see. It was clever, as I generally am at all times. Well, hi there.
Hey, our leader told me all about you. Name's Jackass. Nice to meet you. I hear you're planning to take out all the machines in the desert? Guess that means we need to get that entrance open.
Looks like it. So, Jackass, was it? What are you doing all the way out here?
Hmm? Oh, that? Well... wouldn't want to have anyone getting tangled up in that, now would we? Don't go trying to be a hero, alright?
Oh, don't worry. I'm not a hero. I'm a savior. Very different. Protector of the innocent. My sword is a tool of justice. Much like your plunger is a tool of explosions. Are Jack S and 9S related? It is a bold move to introduce yourself as a Jackass. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's a sealed gate with explosives. There's gotta be an easier way, right?
No, there is no easier way. As a matter of fact, opening a sealed gate with explosives is downright the most effective way to go about it, I would say. I would say that there are hardly any better ways than with explosives. Oh boy, they didn't really even stand a chance. I kind of feel bad for the small stubby guys. Like, they don't really even pose a threat. They're just cannon fodder. Literal cannon fodder. But they're hostile, and so they must die. Nice place. Up. Time to Geralt our way through this.
This sand sure is slippery.
It sure is. Speaking of Geralt, if you buy the newest Soul Calibur game, you too can enjoy Geralt and 2B dueling swords. Because
careful.
Why not?
We've got enemies approaching.
Gotta have those brand reps, I guess.
Android desert.
These machines are talking.
Yeah, I've heard from the Resistance that they've been seeing this a lot lately. Couldn't tell you why, though.
It's just random words. You know, it doesn't... You know, it's fine. Just random words from the old world, like android. All those normal words that people say every day, like kill and android. Yeah, Geralt is also going to be in Monster Hunter for some reason. And you know what? I'm excited. I don't know why. I don't know why they're doing it, but why not, you know? Really. Like, think about it. Why not? Destroys the sanctity of the Witcher franchise, but that's okay, I guess. I guess that's true. Geralt is a monster hunter.
Android exterminate enemy.
Yeah, about that.
Do you think they even understand the concept of being scared?
Potentially. I mean, they seem like they're quite frightened by the fact that I murdered all of them in, I don't know, like 2 seconds flat. Geralt has attained the power to break the fourth wall, I guess. It's just something he knows how to do now. That picture of Geralt in the bathtub has become so ubiquitous among gamers now that Geralt transcends video games in general. Video games as a medium are different now than they were before Geralt in the bathtub. Map information unlocked. Gonna look around. Man, I really like the looks of this area. I feel like this game does a lot of interesting things with color. Like, this game is a very beige video game. This beige, green, black, and white are this game's colors, just in general. But it's really interesting how they use different shades of essentially the same beige tone to make an area that looks very pretty. Because what they could have done is just made like a fully colored area and then just applied like a beige filter in this, like, over the screen, but that would look like shit. And so instead of doing that, they hand painted this area from the ground up to be beige. And it looks much better.
What's with the weird-looking outfits?
I've seen that sort of thing when I was going through some old data. It looks like what humans used to wear long ago. Certain human collectives used to use face paint like that, too.
Fascinating. I wonder where they got the material to make these clothes. Probably from dead androids, I'm sure. These horrible murdering creatures and their big beefy fists. Put me in Soul Calibur. I want to be in the next Soul Calibur game. Just have me be in Soul Calibur, and I use my Crohn's disease powers to their fullest extent. Whoa, yourself. That's what I have to say about that. I didn't know Crow Team made this game. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. If, you know, those things were actually quite effective in large numbers. Like, you could just have them surround a bunch of androids and then they couldn't do a damn thing. Especially since I don't have the AOE pod program chip. I mean, you don't have to send them all at me from one direction.
To be, it's fine. Their speech doesn't mean anything. They're just emitting words at random. If they wanted help, why would they be attacking us?
Yeah.
9S, I don't think you get it. You're a little slow on the uptake. Listen, there's only so many times I can use the whole born literally yesterday thing as an excuse for naivete. Why would they say help me and then have backup arrive? I just don't get it. 9S, let me introduce you to the themes of this game. Have you ever played the Talos Principle? I feel like I'm getting better at this, actually. I feel like this is... I feel like as we proceed ahead, I'm getting fucked up less. Well, this is going all right. We're having a fun old time here. Thoroughly covering that the machines feel nothing and the words they emit are completely random. Confirmed for us by 9S, master tactician and purveyor of knowledge. Let's watch 9S stream the Talos Principle. You know, after streaming Automata, Kyle McCarley did stream several other video games, but unfortunately he stuck most to Fire Emblem, where he plays Alm, and that was not nearly as interesting. Yeah! Oh, this guy's level 13.
Die. Run. Run. Scary.
Oh, you coward! It's like you want to live or something.
It's heading for that rocky area.
Individual target ID marked.
Oh, you fool. You are leading me directly to your hive. Your hive of scum, villainy, and robots. You're dead, kiddo.
What's that?
Analysis. It is the ruin of a former human residential area. Large numbers of humans resided in such concrete and metal shelters. The structures were referred to by names such as apartment complex.
Boy, it sure does look pretty complex. How would we ever find our way out of there?
Notification received from access point.
Cool. Thanks for the heads up. This is another area where the vocal track is really strong. No, I wanted that item to be get the item. Thank you. So for those of you that haven't seen NIER Automata before, because there were a couple of people at the start of the stream who mentioned they were going into this completely blind. What do you think? What do you think so far? The game is about to open up quite a bit wider, but we're still in basically the introduction right now. But I feel like the game puts one of its best feet forward, one of the two best feet it has. I feel like it's got a strong opening presentation. Seems better paced than OG NIER. A little bit, yeah. It is. It's better in a lot of ways and worse in only a few ways than the original NIER. I feel like this game is... I won't say it's better paced overall, but I will say that I think this game has a better idea of what the player will want to do as an open world game. That's what I'll say. Like, they allow you to run around just enough that you will want to run around. I think they have a good idea of player psychology in this game. It's a little obtuse from time to time, but I think on the whole they have a good handle on it.
Target confirmed. Let's get him.
He's not getting away this time. If only I were a sandworm. It actually was quite nice out today. You know what? It's gonna be rainy the rest of this week, but it was a pretty nice day today. Thank you for the well wishes, machine. Hey, Adrienne. Welcome to NIER Automata. And directed at Base Slut. Sorry, Pizza Android is what she goes by here. Base Slut is not her Twitch name. Pizza Android, this one's for you. This is why I didn't upgrade my heavy weapon. Before this live stream, I was instructed by Pizza Android to focus on upgrading the heavy weapons because they get a massive increase in damage compared to the light weapons. Like by like twice or 3 times as many. They benefit from upgrading. And the reason I didn't upgrade 2B's sword is because we were about to come into a better weapon in the form of Fang of the Twins. It's got slightly narrower damage range, but you'll see why I like it better once we start swinging it around. It's got a different moveset.
Androids are scary. Scary. So kill.
I'm not scary, I'm friendly. Look at my butt. I've got a friendly butt.
Scary. Cruel. Stay back. Ow. 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 Ow.
It's fine. It's all just meaningless words that don't mean anything. Right, 9S? They don't have any ability to feel pain. They're not saying ouch because they're hurting. They're saying it to... It's just... You know what it is? It's psychology. It's combat psychology.
Everyone.
Oh my.
You are false. You will break.
That's kind of a big boy there. No. Again, I'm gonna run into every bullet. Oh! Oh my god, he's coming this way! Oh Lord, he coming! Oh, you really don't want to get hit by this thing's grab attack. This thing's grab attack is ridiculous. Like, even with my auto heal chip, this thing might just kill me outright. That attack will just annihilate poor 2B. It's very unfortunate. Just turn her into a pancake on the floor. Finito! Yeah, that thing's made out of a bunch of the little stubby guys. They generally speaking, it seems that the machines get by combining stubbies into bigger robots.
Run. Run. Not this way.
See, I told you. Even the robots are getting lost.
I wonder what makes them choose these words.
Oh yeah, I wonder. Oh no, not this way, the androids are this way. What could that possibly mean? Oh, 9Ns, you're denser than carbon, but it's fine.
These are android bodies.
Oh god.
They were killed by local machine life forms.
What are they doing here?
Unknown.
It's like they were gathered here.
Yeah, and they kind of got swept under the desert rug, so to speak. The sand functioning as a nice fluffy carpet for their bodies to be trapped underneath. Yeah, look at all these chumps. I bet they weren't even level 8 like I am.
There it goes.
They don't give up. Run.
Hey you!
Run.
Come back here.
Run.
I just want to talk to you with my new axe.
Multiple machines detected ahead. But what's with these android bodies?
Stay focused.
Oh yeah, stay focused. Laser guided. Undistractable.
Don't listen to them, 2B.
Together forever. Together forever. Carry me. Carry.
They don't have any feelings.
Downward fucking dog!
Speech. Let's take them out.
Feed me.
Uh-oh.
I'll get you for this.
Party's over. My EXP! It increases with every murder! No children for robots! Never! It's not allowed!
Kill the androids. Kill. Destroy.
Oh, I'd like to see you try!
Kill. Hatred. Pain. Slaughter.
Okay, that was a good try.
This cannot continue.
I need to lock on.
This cannot continue. 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 This cannot continue.
What's happening?
The miracle of life, 9S. Remember when that happened in Bloodborne?
An android?
No. This is a machine.
And he's hot! Level 1, what a chump. Sorry, level 2, what a chump.
Androids, why fight?
Level 4, what a chump? Uh-oh.
Sword. Dodge. Projectile. Deflect.
No, you don't want to do that. Don't deflect my projectiles.
It's quick.
You don't have to do that. Uh-oh. I'm not so bad at this game when I actually focus on playing the damn thing instead of making funnies all the time. I love this fight. This fight's great. I love his kung fu. I know, my resistance only makes him stronger. No. Like, look, now he can teleport, now he can shoot laser beams, now he can make pillars of fire erupt from the ground. I feel like we're doing more harm than good here. God. Sure, I'll run into every bullet in this video game. I'm gonna do it. This is my challenge run. This is the gimmick. I know, all he needs to do is wear clothes now, and he'll be more powerful than I am. Get him some pants! We could be friends. You know, there's lots of clothes back on the bunker. If you'd be so kind as to just come with me. We can just talk this out over a spot of tea. You could stop jump kicking me in the face. We could have a happy friendship that involves wearing clothes and not having your man butt on display for everyone to see. I mean, if I use the self-destruct function, we could display 2B's butt as well, and we could have a butt off, both of us, together, as friends. Did you see 9S just do a fucking flying hammer kick? What a cool dude. It's true. The only weakness he has left is his lack of pants. Oh! Yeah, that'll probably do it.
Is this really a machine?
A machine by any other name would look as Bishonen.
Damn it, not another one.
We gotta get out of here!
Bye.
Come on!
Nice talking to you. Yikes! Why does every Let's Play and live stream I do have a sequence where you run away from collapsing buildings? Whoa, okay. A little bit faster. Let's maybe hightail it. Ugh. Thank goodness for double jumping. Bye! See you later! Take care. Sayonara. Don't forget to write.
It stopped. Whew. Looks like we're safe now.
What the hell just happened?
I know. I've never seen a machine like that before. We better report this to command.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna keep that to our damn selves. Well, thank goodness 9S is the voice of reason. Yeah, see, that's the thing. We don't even know. We don't even know how many levels old the second baby was.
Better reception so we can contact command.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. What the hell is over here? Oh, look. This is a way back to the open area. Well, we don't want to go there right now. I've never seen a machine like that before. It was so hot. And there was a second one that was also hot. Equally as hot. How could we ever fight such a foe? The six-pack, Commander. You should have seen it. It wasn't wearing pants. Yes, I took video. Why do you ask? God, look at this NIER-ass box. That is the most NIER box. Oh, hey there, guys. Friends. 2B is weak to twins. I mean, we are using the Fang of the Twins, after all. Man, that's actually a pretty appropriate weapon to be picking up in that area, isn't it? The Fang of the Twins? Interesting. It's almost like that's thematic in some way. Uh-oh. Okay, Pizza Android, don't worry, I'll be done pretty soon. We're gonna hightail it back to the Resistance camp, and then I think we'll be done for the day. We've covered a lot of ground here in Automata, and we're about to start unlocking side quests and stuff. So next time, we'll have an appropriate amount of time to explore the world of Automata.
This is good. We should be able to reach command here. 9S to bunker. Do you copy?
I read you, 9S. Go ahead.
Operator, we just encountered a pair of humanoid machines. We weren't able to capture them, but I have combat data ready for upload.
Understood. Ready to receive.
Hopefully you can get something out of it.
Hopefully. You tall guys, you don't want to go back there. There was some real nonsense that went on back there. Maybe like let the stink of blood and oil wash out before you head back there. Do the levels actually indicate anything? Yes. So, unfortunately, this game has a very tight level system. It's a shame. I wish this game didn't have RPG mechanics. This game would be so much better if they completely, 100%, unequivocally, no saving any of it, ditched the RPG leveling system. Just completely. Leave the chips, leave upgrading the weapons, obtaining new weapons and upgrading them with materials. Keep that stuff, ditch the leveling, because it basically turns enemies into tanks and bullet sponges when they are even like 1 or 2, up to I think 5 levels above you. It makes the game into a pretty miserable slog. And unfortunately, it works the opposite way as well, where anything that's like 5 or more levels below you is a goddamn cakewalk, including bosses. The RPG-esque leveling system in this game is one of its fatal flaws, I feel. I feel like the gameplay of this game has a very solid base, and then stuff like the unnecessary RPG implementation just... it makes it worse than it could have been, unfortunately. Hey there, Jack. Ass. How's it going?
I hear you kicked some tin can ass out in the desert. So I guess, you know, thanks or whatever.
No problem. Happy to kick some tin can ass, Jack Tin Can Ass.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for securing access to those desert resources. It's a huge help. I know it isn't much, but please take this. It's the least I can do. Oh, and be sure to swing by if you ever need anything, all right?
Thanks, man. I like that you don't have to come back and talk to that guy, but if you do, he has something to say. It's cool. And yeah, that is definitely Matt Mercer.
I think we've earned a breather. Say 2B? I was hoping we could talk about our next move. I'm worried about the damage we took in that last battle with the machines. Maybe we should return to the Resistance camp to resupply and conduct maintenance?
Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan to me.
All right, let's go back.
You got it.
I feel like I need a breather after all that, too. What a nightmare that was. I feel like that probably didn't go at all how 2B expected it to go. Like, there were a number of things that probably seemed like they would have been in the desert to her, but machines in the shape of androids that learn and grow like nanobots and teleport and create clones of themselves. Probably not one of those things. That probably was pretty far down on the list of possibilities. But yes, it's really unfortunate how delicate of a balance the leveling system is in this game. And if I have to change my character level with a save editor to keep things balanced, I'll do it. Like, the thing is, right, I'm not going to hesitate to keep this game from becoming either too easy or too hard. Because again, it is a very, very delicate balance. So if I start to get too far ahead or too far behind the curve, I'm not going to sit there and grind. And I'm not going to wait until we gain the ability to de-level ourselves, which we actually eventually will. They realized, actually, that being super OP makes the game not very fun. And in the DLC, they added a DLC reward for, I think, just completing the whole damn thing that lets you de-level your character. But we're not going to wait that long. I don't know if we're even going to see the DLC, because I don't own it. But if it comes to that, I'll do it. But I'll try not to, just so that I can accurately represent the game. But I want this to stay fun, and I want it to stay fair for both me and you to keep things moving along at a smooth pace. So if that's what it comes to, then so be it. And yeah, in order to get those rewards, like being able to de-level yourself, you have to be at level 99 anyway, pretty much, because that's what the final arenas are in the DLC challenge mode. So we're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna do whatever works. Again, it's a shame. It's a real shame, but I feel like doing subtle tweaks like that will make this a better experience for all of us. Again, it's like I said at the very beginning. Using my knowledge of the game, what little knowledge I have of its mechanics to my advantage, is not going to ruin the experience for us. If anything, it'll make it better. So I hope you're looking forward to it as we head back to the Resistance camp and conclude this live stream. This has been a wonderful stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have, and I really look forward to playing more of Automata. We're just gonna clock out here at the Resistance camp, check our emails, and then say goodbye. We're back, and we had a heck of a time out there. Oh, it's you. I heard from Jackass about your encounter in the desert. Good work. We don't have much to offer in thanks, but I've readied a room for you here. Oh? It's the least we can do. Feel free to use it however you like. Hey, thanks. And yes, hey, thanks, Anemone, I appreciate it. What are you up to? Hi there. ... Sorry, I have to concentrate on this or I'll screw it up. ... Do you mind? Sorry, I'll just buzz off. Yeah, you know, lack of social skills for that 2B, but don't worry. Hopefully she'll get better at it as we go. So at the access points, we can access our inbox, and we will occasionally get emails from other characters, such as this test mail to make sure the email system is working from IT up on the bunker. The commander letting us know about our equipment at the factory, which we picked up. We picked that up on the way, so we didn't need her to tell us about it. A transcript of our incredibly stiff correspondence from the Council of Humanity. Interestingly, these emails tell you when you got them in real time, in real life. So when it was 4:45 p.m. in real life, I got this email. It's kind of a weird thing, but kind of neat, I guess. And here we go. One of my favorite emails. It's from 6-0. 2B. Have you heard of Jupiter fortune telling? It's all the girls over in R&D have been talking about lately. They say you can examine the color and shape of Jupiter's great red spot to learn about what kind of luck you'll have with health, work, and love. Sounds amazing, right? I'll try it and let you know what I find out, Operator 6-0. Well, alright 6-0. I guess on the next stream we'll find out how that worked out for you. Because it's time to say goodbye, or rather goodnight. This is pretty big. You sure it's okay for us to get a room like this? We have permission, remember? Plus, we'll probably be stationed here for a while, so a bed won't go amiss. And I guess there's no point turning it down. There sure isn't. They were kind enough to give us 2 beds so that we don't have to sleep together and have it be awkward. So, with that, let's take a breather. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for NIER Automata, one of my personal favorite video games. I'm very much looking forward to playing the rest of this with you, and I think it's going to be a good time. So see you later, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. And thank you all very, very much for all of the support that you've given me in the past couple of days, and all of the long-term assistance that you've provided on Patreon and in donations and subscribing on Twitch. I really, really do appreciate it. And I know all of your names, and I read all of your messages, and I take your feedback into account for moving my channel forward, hopefully to the point where I can survive on it. I feel like it will be better for all of us. Content-wise, that is. More consistent uploads at more consistent times. I'm going to focus real hard on that. Because you deserve it. And because I'm willing to try my hardest, if you are too, to keep things going. So see you later, everybody. See you on Monday for more Automata.